Alright guys, welcome to vlog 4. I hope you guys have been enjoying the past couple of vlogs, but today is actually Friday. Yay! I'm gonna head over to my friend's birthday and I'll take you guys along with me. But before that, I'm gonna go pick up a cake at a store called Vava Cakes. I don't know if you guys ever had their cakes before, but it's amazing. I'll show you guys what that looks like, and yeah, I'll see you guys at the restaurant and I'll pick up the cake right before that. See ya. Alright guys, so we just got here. Let's go grab the cake. I just have my emergencies on. Hopefully I don't get a ticket. Hello. I'm here to pick up a cake. There you guys hold the camera, right?
Yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
you're gonna pull like this.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night. Guys, so I just got her the cake. There's a little bottle of Jack Daniels on top and a couple of Oreos. Looks pretty cool. She loves to drink. I'll see you guys at the restaurant, alright? Alright guys, so this is the spot we're gonna eat. Mapo Korean. Hi!
我带了一个我的朋友，
生日快乐！
谢谢，因为他2月份要跟我们去 college， 谢谢。
去吧。
我也做了一个蛋糕。
啊，你做了蛋糕？
做了蛋糕，
可以
但是
可以。对。
啊，还有 whisky 啦，
好 fancy
这是
啊！
露露买的。
好啊，
对，这是露露。
它非常高，我刚才放在我车，我说
在搂人家，那种BB can。喜欢那种有人帮我烤，
生日快乐，生日快乐，Happy birthday，Happy birthday，生日快乐。
回家吧，
我说那个他就想说我要回家。这个还顶来，哇！
Okay, so we just finished dinner. We're just gonna go to my friend's house and have a couple of drinks and play some games. But have you guys ever driven through a garage in downtown and you have a ski box? That's how close my ski box is to the pipes. So sketchy. Alright guys, so another day, another trip to Yorkdale. If you guys have noticed, I've been shopping a little bit just because I lost a lot of weight recently. So I'm trying to rebuild my closet actually. I'm thinking about doing a vlog that the theme is rebuilding my closet. So yeah, I'm gonna go to a couple stores and probably look at a couple of suits, and I'll take you guys with me and possibly show you what that's gonna be.
Right, actually I know a friend who knows them. But I'm just setting up my plate.
Than I do, so. Alright guys, so I'm just at Massimo Dutti and I'm gonna try a shirt on. Don't mind my hair. The sleeves bunch up a little bit. Well, that's fine. I can correct that. The length is actually pretty good. Can tuck that in. Guys, this is so nostalgic. Back in Brazil, I couldn't afford to buy a pair of these, so I bought a pair of fakes, but these were a big thing back in the 2010s. These were here. These are the Total 90s. These were also my first pair of cleats that I ever purchased when I was a kid. I still remember the day my mom came over and purchased them for me. They were probably $100 back then. These are actually sick, guys. I've never purchased a pair of Jordans before, but these are actually pretty cool. I'm gonna try them on. Alright guys, so we're at Tom Brown right now, and I'm gonna try a couple of suits on and I'll show you what that looks like, alright? So I'm going to use you as a mirror. So guys, let me know what you think. So guys, surprise surprise, the pants are a little loose on me, but the suit is fine. So my shoulders didn't shrink, but my waist shrunk a lot, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue, unfortunately. The mall is packed because of Black Friday shopping, guys. So I tried a couple suits on. I'm gonna think about it, and then I'm gonna go home and probably make a decision by Friday, just because I wanna get to use the Black Friday discount. Let's go. Thank you. Have a good night. Alright guys, it's currently 1:24 in the morning. I just got home. Got 2 loaves of bread going here. Here's the second one. It's already proofing. I'm gonna mix this really well and then get it ready for tomorrow. I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's baked. Alright guys, so both doughs are mixed right now. I put some oil on top. I'm just gonna let it proof and let the gluten develop. And I'll come back in 30 minutes and do 1 stretch. And then I'll do a total of 3 stretches. And then let it rise in the fridge overnight. And then tomorrow I'll bake it. Alright guys, so it's been a little bit over half an hour just because I was editing my video. But this is what the dough should look like. So it's all sticky, and then right now you just gotta press it down and fold it a little bit. I'll do that right now. I could use my hands, but I'd rather use a spatula. I don't want to get my hands all oily. Well, that's what the dough looks like, and I'm gonna do 3 more rounds of that. Alright guys, so this is what you're gonna need, okay? You need about 7 grams of just traditional dry, active dry yeast. I'm gonna use about a tablespoon, actually 10 grams, like between a tablespoon and a teaspoon. And then there's 500 grams of all-purpose flour, but I use the bleached version just because there's less chemical processing, so it's a little healthier. You get to keep the nutrition. I'll put it right here what the unbleached flour is, and then there's about 2 teaspoons of salt in here, and then you got about 415 mLs of lukewarm water. You don't want it so hot that it's burning your hand, but you don't want it cold as well because you do want to activate the yeast. And what I do first is I just use a bowl, and then I'll put the water in, and then I'll put the yeast in as well. And then what that's gonna do is gonna activate the yeast, and I'll just let it sit for about 15 minutes, and I'll show you what that looks like in about 15 minutes. You do not want to put the salt in with the yeast. You can mix the honey in with the yeast, but you cannot put the salt in with the yeast because it might kill the yeast. So I'll mix the honey in, and then I'll come back in 15 minutes and show you what that looks like. Alright guys, so it's been about 15 minutes, and this is exactly what you want to see. You want to see the yeast kind of coming up to the surface of the water. That means that the yeast is activated. But if you don't see it coming up, that's fine as well, as long as it's been 15 minutes. And then what you want to do at this point is you want to add all your dry ingredients, so your flour and your salt in, and then you want to mix it. I usually mix it with a spatula just because I don't want to get my hands dirty, and you want to keep it as clean as possible. So I recommend using a spatula and then mixing it to the consistency. So after mixing, this is what it should look like. It's not going to look like much, but just like with everything else, just trust the process, okay? Alright guys, now that I've done my 3 folds, this is what the dough should look like. It shouldn't stick to the sides of the pot at all. I'm gonna leave this covered in the fridge for about 24 hours, and then I'm gonna take it out, proof it one more time, and then I'll finally show you guys how it's done and how it's baked, at what temperature and for how long. Alright guys, so it's been about 24 hours, and this is what the dough is looking like. I'm gonna make sure I oil it a little bit. This is here. I'm just gonna spread and press down the dough. You just kind of want to gently move it to the side. I'm gonna use a clean, damp towel, cover it. Alright guys, so it's been about 2 hours now. This is what the dough looks like. You can see jiggly.
Yeah, boy.
And then what I'm gonna do is use a little bit more oil, and I'm just gonna drizzle some on top. A bit wet on the oil so it doesn't stick. guys, so it's been 25 minutes. This is what the bread looks like. Nice and crispy. And the way that you can tell a piece of bread is done is by tapping the bottom. You want to go to the bottom and kind of tap it. And if it sounds hollow, that means it's ready. You want to try to be careful and not break any of those pockets because there's still steam inside cooking the bread. Can't find my resting rack, but I'm going to use this right here. It's just basically a little thing that we use to steam stuff in a pot. And then I'm just going to set it on top. And then I'll let it cool down for about 2 hours. Alright guys, so I think this is it for this video. If you guys stayed up until the end, thank you so much for watching. I'll leave the recipe down below and I'll leave some of the steps down below as well so you guys can go through it. And feel free to let me know what you guys think about the recipe. I think it's pretty simple. Any home cook with a little bit of cooking ability can make this bread. Yeah, please let me know and I'll see you guys on to the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.